everyone, welcome back to this coding challenges. Before you move on to the next task, you will see you won't be able to click on it unless you have submitted the previous task. Okay, so this one needs to be submitted. It says to do. If you don't do that, and you must pass it before you can move on, so you can't click on this one until this one is finished. So make sure you've opened it. So I have it opened here, and you should have all of these completed like this. And then at the end, you should say finish attempt. Okay, so click finish attempt. Hopefully it all says correct. And then you want to click on submit all and finish. Okay, so once I do that, I should see now that I have all the answers correct like this. And I've got a passing score. Okay, so once you're done with that, you can just click hit finish review. And now you'll see it's marked as done there. And now I can move on to the next one, numbers coding task here. Okay, so let's look at this one next. So number 2, numbers coding task. So let's have a look. So we want to click on attempt quiz, and we need to try and get 8 out of 10 for this one. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, so what do you think will happen when we run the code below? So we've got two numbers, 17 and 5 here, and we are going to run this code, and we have this symbol here. Okay, I think we used it maybe once before, but this symbol does something special with these two numbers. If you remember the apple dividing task. So if I try it, what do you think I'm going to get here? What value? So 5 into 17 doesn't go evenly, so it's supposed to be like 5 point, or so it's supposed to be whatever the number is, point something. Okay, but if I try it, you will see it only gives me the whole number. Okay, so that's 3. So 5 within 17 3 times, but there is some left over, and actually you can try that out as well here. So if I put in another symbol like this, a percentage symbol, what do you think is going to happen? So if I try it, this time it gives me the 2. Okay, so that's very useful if you want to do some coding tasks. You can see here the two different symbols, and of course if I just put in the normal slash symbol, which is the divide symbol in programming, and try it, it gives me the full number, 3.4. Okay, so that's a little tester on that. So here it wants to read 2 integers, so that means 2 whole numbers, and print the integer and the remainder of a divided a divided by b on separate lines. Okay, so we want to print, and this one will be a // b. Okay, and if we check it, okay, it will give me I'm going to do print for this second one, a percentage b will give me the remainder. Okay, so this one will give me the whole number, and this one will give me the remainder. Okay, so let's try that and see. There we go. So you can see I got that correct. So let's try the next one. Now this one is, if we run the code here, so we want to put in some code here. So if I change this, and if we just print x, which is this number here, this is a different type of data type. This is called a float. So a float is is a number that has a decimal point. So this one in this case has 1.2345. Okay, 12.345. Okay, so let's try it. Now this one gives me the whole number, which is great. If I just want the first part of this number, int, I can put int around that. So if I put the brackets int, it will give me the whole number. So try it. Now you can see it gives me the 12. Okay, so I want to get the 0.345. So if I simply print x minus 12 minus the integer of that x, so like the int of x, it should give me the fractional part. Now it says 3, 4, 5 recurring. This is a little quirk of programming, of storing numbers in code or storing numbers on the computer. It recurs and recurs until it basically runs out of space, because computers are not infinite. But this is a quirk of how numbers are stored, and you'll learn about this later on, but not in this course. Okay, so now that I've done that practice one, I'm not going to tell you the answer to this one, but this should be enough information here. Read a positive real integer x and print its fractional part, everything after the decimal point. Okay, so this should be enough information here to try and do that. Okay, let's try number 3 then. Okay, predict the ones digit of the sample answer. Okay, so we want to find the ones digit. So we know this is ones, this is 3, this is tens, and this is hundreds. Okay, so I want to get the ones digit, and if we know the ones digit is going to be 3, but how do I get that? So n, and I can again use my percentage divide this time, I think, and if I do percentage divide by 10, let's try it. It gives me the remainder. So the percentage divide tells me how many tens are in this number here. And of course there's 17 tens. And this is not a whole 10, so it's only 3, it's the ones. So that's what we got left over. Okay. So this one again, read an integer n and print its last digit. So this should help you here. Okay. So this one, this time we want the tens digit. So we want to get rid of the 3 and the 100 digit here, and we just want the 7. Okay, and again we need to do this for every number. So we do print, and let's think about it. So we're gonna do n is our number, and if we do percentage divide by 10, it'll give me the 3. Okay, if I do //10, it'll give me the 17, sorry. So what I want to do is to take these two things and combine them together, okay, and see if I can get it to work. Okay, so and then if I try this one, if I just take that, let's see what happens. We get the middle digit. Okay, so again we divide the whole number by 10, and then we get the remainder of that, because it gives us the last digit again, and that gives us the tens in this case. Okay, so again, let's see if we can try that and give it a go. Right. And let's see the last one. Now this one's a little bit more tricky. So we're going to use a new function here. We want to find out the distance traveled by a car, depending, so how many days it takes for a car to travel a certain distance. So this is the distance we need to travel, 700 kilometers, and we travel 200 kilometers a day. So when I did my trip across Europe, drove from Moscow to Ireland, I was averaging probably a bit more than that, actually 300 to 400 kilometers maybe. Not every day, but in average. So if I use my functions I've learned today, or my commands I've learned today, if I take n, which is the number, the total distance, / k, it should give me the whole distance. Let me try. So it should take me 3 days to cover that distance. Okay, so let's see if you can get that one to work. So a car travels k kilometers per day. How many days to cover n kilometers using ceiling division? So ceiling division actually rounded up to the nearest number. So this will only give me the whole number for the days. So for example, we still have some time left over. So let's try that. So there's still 100 kilometers to go. So that means I need another day basically. So if I use normal division, it's going to give me a decimal point, which is no good. So it's basically 3.5 days, but I don't want 3.5 days. I want, because it's going to take another day, so it's basically 4 days, okay? So for this one, you can use what's called a ceiling. So ceiling is rounding it up. So if it's 5 or above, then you move up, okay? So let's see, does that work? Okay, so we have some issues with that one, I think. I think you have to do import from math, import Ceil. Let's try it. There we go. Okay, because we need to use a special function from a library called math here. We want to get that information in here, and then that should work. Okay, so don't forget to hit finish your attempt. Now mine is going to say not complete, not complete, not complete, but yours should say complete, and then if I hit submit all and finish, it'll say that I haven't submitted, but then hit submit all and finish. That means you then get your whole grade for this top task, and then you can try to see if you've got them correct. Okay, so that's today's task. See you in the next one.